Hey, you alright team, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be reacting to the tomb of the unknown soldier in the USA. Okay, so a guard has made a huge mistake. I don't know much about these soldiers, but I do know it's a very high honour to serve within this unit to guard the tomb of the unknown soldier. So let's get into it, see what mistake he made.
It was a hot summer day in Arlington National Cemetery. I was now a sentinel at the tomb of the unknown soldier. I gave my weapon for the weapons inspection, and as soon as he took it, I could tell that something was wrong. I had just committed one of the biggest mistakes on the most hallowed ground in America.
Straight away, it's something to do with the inspection, and like I said, I know this is a high honour. I've seen a short previous video on them on what they go through to get there and how their kit is tailored specifically to them, and they are inspected absolutely rigidly. The best soldiers, some of the best soldiers in the world at inspecting someone and being able to turn the kit out to the highest standards. So it's not looking good already.
I grew up in northern New York in a small town called Potsdam on a dairy farm. I always dreamed of going out to Hollywood and making it in the movie business. And I finally got what I would say would be my first big break by being cast as a soldier in the epic movie Gods and Generals.
Cool. We
filmed down in Virginia and Maryland. And on one of the days off, a buddy of mine invited me to go to Arlington National Cemetery and visit the tomb of the unknown soldier. I'd never actually heard about the tomb of the unknown soldier, but I'd heard of Arlington. I often get emotional when I talk about it because it was something I'd never seen before in my life, especially not back on the farm.
So that's just awesome. There's only one soldier there. It's obviously very sad to hear that there's this unknown soldier that couldn't be named, couldn't be buried alongside family members or anything like that, couldn't have a proper family funeral with military honours. But it's nice to know that they've buried him here, and that represents all the soldiers, okay, all service members who have remained unknown, because there are so many out there, even British soldiers. If you go to a lot of cemeteries, there's a lot of gravestones that are unknown soldier, and it is really sad, but it's a great way to honour them.
And the tomb guard was perfect. I remember we watched 2 guard changes.
They are. I've seen short clips of these. Like I said, I don't know much about them, but I have seen short clips of them, and they are rigid. Their drill is absolutely on point. Movements, they are in sync, on time. Absolutely everything. If you watch like a big squad of the British Army or the US Army, you'll see them out here and there, because they don't do it enough. These just practice, and they are literally all over it. It's actually really good to see.
I was overcome by emotion. I love to talk, and after we left there, I couldn't talk for a number of hours.
Look at that.
I'd always told my family that I would never join the military unless we were attacked. And when 9/11 happened, it struck really close to home. I ended up going to the recruiters that day. I knew that the dreams of Hollywood would have to wait because I had to serve my country. I then shipped out to Fort Benning, Georgia. I barely had my uniforms issued to me, and a sergeant walked in, and he was recruiting from all the infantry guys there to go to Arlington. This is what I had asked my recruiter for, was to go to Arlington, and to not accept this offer. It was like coming home. I was hoping, well, maybe I'll just get assigned to the tomb. Little did I know that that's not how it works.
Yeah, it's like anything. You want to, this is obviously quite a high honour, like I said. If you want to be right at the top, you've got to go through the bottom ranks, which is what I'm guessing he's going to say.
I was assigned to casket bearers because I was a bigger, stocky farm boy. And then I had to train for about 2 months lifting weights, lifting heavy rock-filled caskets, and practicing flag folding. We'd practice flag folding 8 hours a day because even if we've practiced 1,000 times, the family that we were folding the flag right next to, that's the only time that they were going to get their flag folded
That's nice.
and handed off to them.
That's fair enough. A lot of practice, but you can already see. I loved how patriotic the Americans are, and how much they actually care about all this sort of stuff. It's actually really amazing to see, to practice 8 hours a day, even though that is their job. So if they're good at it anyway, they're really good at it. They're going to continue practice and practice and practice to make sure it's absolutely perfect for the family who are burying their son or daughter, or loved ones.
So while we're holding the flag, you've got the rifle team, caisson platoon, and then the marching element. And each soldier has practiced and trained to perfection, and I was really overcome with the responsibility of burying the fallen. And it was very humbling to be there because we actually got to see the price. So after about 13 months as a casket bearer and over 300 burials, my platoon sergeant...
300 burials in 13 months. Wow. Honestly. Wow. That's a lot.
Approached me and he said that he thought that I had what it takes to actually go to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. After being assigned to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, I met my mentor and, proud to say, friend, Staff Sergeant Adam Dickmeyer.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I am Corporal Dickmeyer of the 3rd Infantry Regiment, United States Army.
Sergeant Dickmeyer was a hard charger. A lot of us in the infantry usually were, and he drove our squad to perfection. And he did it by example. The tomb guards on the mat going back and forth every 21 steps, 21 seconds. The weapon's always on the other side of the tomb, placing the weapon, soldier, tomb. Kind of our way to show that we're protecting the tomb.
Oh wow, round the clock since 1948.
The most important thing as a sentinel is you're constantly looking for anybody that would dishonor, disgrace, or disrespect the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and the fallen, the unknowns that it represents. When somebody disrespects or dishonors the tomb, we'll break them off.
Remain behind the chains and rails!
Usually, it doesn't take that long for them to realize they should turn around. So there's 2 things that you never do at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. One is drop a rifle. Another the cardinal sin is being sent down. That's when you fail an inspection. And for 18 months while I was at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, no one that I know ever failed an inspection, except for me one day.
Wow.
When it rains, the weapons, they're highly polished steel. They can rust instantly. It was very humid, and I walked out of the tomb quarters with a dirty weapon. Staff Sergeant Adam Dickmeyer came right up. I passed off the weapon. He only did one swipe. He looked at his glove, and it was dirty. And I started to hear him breathing, extremely heavy. So he slapped the weapon back in my hands. I put it back to order arms, and then he whispered under his breath, as protocol says, "That weapon is dirty. Go down and get a clean one." I made one of the cardinal sins. Got sent back from the inspection block. I was crying. I was at the bottom. I thought I was going to be released. Adam ended up helping me through some of the most difficult times of my training, and thankfully I was able to pass with his help. In 2006, my enlistment was coming up, and I knew that it was time for me to pursue my childhood dreams of moving out to Hollywood and starting to work in the movie industry. So I moved out here and ended up going to school for filming, and Staff Sergeant Adam Dickmeyer, he would go on to lead a platoon in combat in Afghanistan. And a friend called me, who I hadn't heard from for quite a while, and he let me know that Adam Dickmeyer was killed in Afghanistan.
Wasn't expecting that in this. 26.
There's going to be like a reunion, all descending back into Arlington National Cemetery, but it wasn't a happy reunion. Like, there's no joking. there was no joy. We're there burying a tomb guard, our friend. So being a filmmaker, the Society of the Honor Guard actually reached out to me to see if I would want to make a memorial video for Staff Sergeant Adam Dickmeyer. And I and another tomb guard kind of brainstormed, and we realized that we didn't just want to make a little 5-minute video honoring Adam Dickmeyer. We wanted to make a whole documentary that showed the love and sacrifice that the tomb guards give for the fallen, for the unknowns. We filmed for over 6 months, kind of embedded with the old guard, and just filmed everything that we could. And we actually had theatrical release of The Unknowns. We ended up winning Amsterdam Documentary Film Festival for Best Feature. So after the success of The Unknowns, we realized that there was other stories to be told from Arlington. So we were able to film a 4-part docuseries about the different platoons. I think what the tomb now represents is for soldiers everywhere. They'll go to the tomb to remember the fallen. And we're just making sure that the fallen know that they've got a buddy that's there with them 24 hours a day.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that at the end. Yeah, he made one of the worst things that you could do at the Tomb of the Unknown, not on any sort of inspection or parade, which is getting picked up, and he got sent back down, which is what we do. But that ending, I wasn't expecting that. I just want to repeat that. I love what the Americans do and what they stand for when it comes to their military. Very patriotic, and now that that documentary that they've made that tomb is now representing all soldiers, which it did before, but they're really highlighting that you can go down, you can remember your fallen, and soldiers just don't make sacrifice on the battlefield. That tomb is manned 24/7, and what people won't realise is the hours that they put in behind the work. It's like our horse guard, so you've got the guys on ceremonial duties now, so Cavalry and Knightsbridge. It's the hours and hours and hours they put in just to go and do that 1 to 2 hour on parade. The amount of time and the amount of hours they will spend polishing their kit to make sure it's shiny and buffed up and ready to go out on that parade. People will do their day's duty and then they will be up till 3-4 o'clock in the morning, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, polishing, and then be up at 5 o'clock to then get ready for the next day's work, and then repeat the process, weekends, days, nights, evenings, mornings, it doesn't matter what they are doing. And that's what he sacrificed there, and then went to Afghanistan and made the ultimate sacrifice. So I wasn't expecting that. And you don't expect someone to actually get picked up on one of those parades. You see short clips of these guards of the Tomb of the Unknown or any other sort of, and they're inspecting, they're not going to get picked up, they're all over it. And if they do, then you're not going to see it. But it has actually happened. People make mistakes. We are human, so you do need to remember that he is just human, and sometimes we make mistakes. But very good video, and I actually want to see that documentary, The Unknown. So I'm going to look for that. Let us know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you soon.